Could so PlayStation is planning to acquire more developers. Is they have the PlayStation Showcase tomorrow, and yeah, it's not May 25th like that week suggests. Sony is to acquire large developers. Sony is going to be acquiring some very large developers as well. You know, don't know the developers' names, of course, but it's most likely Sony will be acquiring some developers as well. Most likely, it could be Square Enix, Sony, because of course Square Enix or Konami, because Konami basically is on life support anyways. So you could call them a large developer, but they really aren't. Okay, yeah. Sony to acquire large developers. Yeah, the plan more Sony Group to gaming to acquire more developers. Because if they want to be on the even playing field of Microsoft acquiring Activision, which most likely that's going to happen, and Microsoft really does want like Call of Duty coming to the console, Sony can strike back and acquire like Square Enix. Again, I don't really like the idea of the big gaming developers acquiring developers. I don't like the fact that Microsoft is buying Activision. Then I can understand why they acquired Bethesda, because Bethesda was kind of like a small company that made it they had a few IPs and that was it. But Activision, one of the biggest gaming companies, and then they have Square Enix being acquired by Sony or Konami. Konami doesn't really count. It's kind of like on the level of Bethesda, but again, if they like acquire Square Enix, I think this is really a bad thing that's gonna be happening. Nintendo doesn't really acquire developers. Nintendo could acquire Sega if they really wanted to, but or Sony could acquire Sega as well. But I don't see Sony buying that. I think Square Enix is more likely, way more likely than Sega at this moment. And that's made up this video here. Goodbye.